Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sindhu and I am a clay artist doing as a personal hobby. Today I will show you the basic tools and supplies which will be needed to start making clay art. If you're new to clay art, this video is for you. Before we get started, let's see what is adry clay. When I say adry clay, I'm talking about homemade cold porcelain clay. The version I use is a cooked version. This is a super soft fluffy clay which is super easy to make. I have made a detailed recipe in my previous video. Do check if you want. That's been said, let's get into the video. The first step to do before starting to work with the clay is having a clean and smooth surface. You might have seen in my videos that I used to rest my clay in this glass surface. These are acrylic blocks which prevents the clay from sticking. You can also use a glossy tiles or parchment paper, both works well. To maintain a clean working environment, I use isopropyl alcohol. Additionally, I follow a handy technique to minimize dust particles by kneading a small blob of clay in my hands and then rubbing it onto my work surface. This can pick up any dust and helps to keep the clay clean. Let's take a look on the basic essential tools you will need to get started with sculpting. The three must-haves are dotting tool, X-Acto knife and a sculpting tool. I got all three in a set. And you will need a sharp cutter which will help to remove the clay from the surface. Using the dotting tool, you can mark the place where the face details goes to your character like eyes, etc. When combining clay pieces, you will need a PVA glue, commonly known as white glue. Using the same dotting tool, you can carry the small pieces of clay to attach, or you can use a toothpick. Any of the sharp tool will work better. It's totally up to your comfort. Sometimes you will need a closing eye, something like this, or for adding mouth, I would suggest to use a paper or notepad for rolling thin pieces of clay, and by using an X-Acto knife you can cut into small pieces. If you notice any visible cracks in your clay piece, you can remove them by gently rubbing them using a silicone brush, or a cotton bud works as well. To cut your clay in pieces of your desired shape, you can use this sculpting tool. This is a very helpful tool as it's made of plastic. The clay won't stick to the tool. That's been said, let's talk about coloring. My personal favorite way to add color to my clay creations is by chalk pastel. I love the soft, delicate effect they produce. To incorporate the colors, simply scrap small amount of clay dust using an X-Acto knife and then knead it well to evenly populate the color. Chalk pastel is incredibly easy to work with. For shading and adding a touch of blush to your clay creations, you'll need a fluffy brush for larger areas and small brittle brush for precise shading. Simply touch the clay dust to the brush and gently rub into the clay. This will create a beautiful subtle gradient look to your art. Besides chalk pastel, you can also use acrylic, watercolor or food coloring to achieve the desired color. Acrylic paint is a great choice if you want a deeper, more vibrant color. However, keep in mind that it can be quite messy to work with. I use only when it's absolutely necessary. Now let's talk about cutters. While not essential one, but cutters can definitely make your clay crafting journey easier and more efficient. I have got a set of basic shapes and some mini cutters that I picked up from Amazon. With these cutters you can create uniform shapes and designs, which is especially helpful if you are new to clay crafting. and of course some molds and letter molds to create intricate details. To make your clay charms uniform, you'll need a weighting machine, or you can also use different sizes of measuring spoons like this to get uniform size of your clay charm. Once the clay charm is ready, it's time to let it dry. The drying time will vary depending on the thickness of the clay, typically around 5 to 7 days. To ensure your clay charm retains its shape while drying, make sure to place it on a soft surface like a piece of cloth. After the clay charm is dry, it's time to add a protective coating to give a beautiful shine. I use liquid lacquer. You can also use a gloss varnish to achieve a similar effect. After glazing, you might be wondering how to turn them into keychain or attach them to other items. That's where you'll need a mini driller to attach eye pins. These were some keychain findings I have. You can check my previous video where I have purchased all these from. To attach your keychain or earrings, you will need a few essential tools. Make sure you have a flat nose plier, round nose plier, and a wire cutter if needed to cut the metal pieces. And these were some jewelry findings you'll need like jump rings, eye pins, and hooks. And that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any doubts, do let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe.